Hello, driving theory test students. Do you know DVSA bus and coach PCV license theory test? Braking systems, let's go. Question 1. You're stationary. The brake air pressure warning light comes on. Why should you keep the parking brake on? A. Because the vehicle will suddenly roll backwards. B. Because it will cause the air pressure to rise. C. Because the service brake may not stop you. D. Because it will make the warning light go out. The correct answer is C. Even though a warning device indicates low air brake pressure, you may still be able to release the parking brake. If you do this and start moving, the service brake may be ineffective and you may not be able to stop. Question 2. What can coasting downhill seriously affect? A. The air brakes. B. The cooling system. C. The tachograph. D. The electrical systems. The correct answer is A. Air brake systems rely on an engine-driven compressor to keep the reservoir tanks at their operating pressure. Coasting downhill and relying on the brakes to control your speed could result in the loss of sufficient air pressure to operate the brakes effectively. Question 3. Your vehicle is fitted with an air-assisted hydraulic braking system. What would warn you that the air compressor is not working? A. The brake pedal feels spongy when pressed. B. The brake pedal has little resistance. C. The brake pedal feels hard when pressed. D. The brake pedal travels a long way. The correct answer is C. The air compressor provides high-pressure air that assists operation of the hydraulic brakes. This reduces the amount of pressure you need to apply to the brake pedal. Without this assistance, it's extremely difficult to press the brake pedal down. Question 4. What should you do when making a short stop facing uphill? A. Hold the vehicle on the clutch. B. Hold the vehicle on the foot brake. C. Select neutral and apply the parking brake. D. Apply the parking brake after stopping. The correct answer is D. As with stopping in any other situation, if you have to make a stop on an uphill gradient, wait until the vehicle has come to a halt before applying the parking brake. Question 5. A lorry is overtaking you on a 2-lane motorway. What should you do if it doesn't have the speed to get past? A. Continue at the same speed. B. Be prepared to reduce your speed. C. Increase your speed and force the lorry to drop back. D. Slow down and let the lorry pass. The correct answer is B. Always be prepared to give way to overtaking lorries or buses. Maintaining your speed will only block the motorway to other traffic unnecessarily. You may find yourself in a similar situation if the limiter on your vehicle doesn't allow you enough speed to successfully overtake another vehicle. Question 6. What should you do when driving a large vehicle down a steep hill? A. Partly apply the parking brake. B. Select the vehicle's highest gear. C. Use the endurance brake. D. Put the gear lever into neutral. The correct answer is C. When approaching a long hill, you should take note of any early warning signs. Reduce your speed and select the appropriate gear in good time. Using an endurance brake, retarder, if fitted, will help control your speed. Question 7. What should you do when an air pressure warning device activates? A. Continue to drive the vehicle. B. Drain the air tanks. C. Stop and have the fault put right. D. Pump the brake pedal repeatedly. The correct answer is C. Air brake systems are fitted with a warning device that operates if the air pressure in the tanks drops below a safe level. There may be a warning buzzer and/or pressure gauges. You must be aware of the function of all gauges on your vehicle and check them as you drive. Question 8. What's an advantage of progressive braking? A. Improved passenger safety and comfort. B. Increased air brake pressure. C. Avoidance of brake fade. D. Longer rest periods. The correct answer is A. The way you drive matters. The safety and comfort of your passengers is your priority. If you have the correct attitude when you're driving, your passengers will be assured of a comfortable and pleasant journey. Good forward planning and anticipation will help you avoid having to turn or brake suddenly. Question 9. You're about to drive an unfamiliar vehicle. What should you do if you think there may be moisture in the air brake reservoir? A. Assume the system has automatic drain valves. B. Find out whether you need to drain the system manually. C. Nothing. It's the vehicle owner's responsibility. D. Leave the engine running for a while before driving. The correct answer is B. Moisture in the braking system can cause serious problems, especially in cold weather, when it could freeze and stop the brakes from working. Most modern vehicles have a system that drains automatically, but make sure you know which system is fitted to any vehicle that you drive. Question 10. What's brake fade? A. Reduction of air pressure. B. Smooth progressive braking. C. Reduction of braking effectiveness. D. Low hydraulic brake fluid level. The correct answer is C. Continually using the brakes could cause them to overheat. When that happens, they become less effective. This is called brake fade, and it occurs most often when the driver has to control the vehicle's speed on a long downhill gradient. To help prevent brake fade, use the endurance brake, retarder, and a lower gear to keep the vehicle's speed in check, rather than the wheel-mounted brakes. Question 11. You've just started the engine. What must you do if the brake air pressure warning light is showing? A. Report it as a fault. B. Keep the parking brake on. C. Switch your engine off. D. Engage the clutch. The correct answer is B. Even though the warning light is showing, there may be sufficient pressure to release the parking brake. However, you mustn't do this because there may not be enough air pressure to operate the service brake. Question 12. When should an anti-lock braking system, ABS, warning light turn off? A. When the brakes are used for the first time. B. When the ABS comes into operation. C. When road speed is 6 miles per hour or more. D. When the secondary braking system is used. The correct answer is C. Every vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes must have a warning light in the cab of the vehicle. The warnings may differ between manufacturers, but on all types the warning light should come on when the ignition is switched on and turn off when the vehicle reaches a speed of 6 miles per hour, 10 kilometers per hour. If the light stays on, there may be a fault. You should have the brakes checked before continuing your journey. Question 13. What should anti-lock brakes let you do when you have to stop in an emergency? A. Brake more gently. B. Brake much later. C. Maintain steering control. D. Stop over a long distance. The correct answer is C. Anti-lock brakes are a driver aid and can help you maintain steering control while braking. However, you mustn't rely on them to get you out of trouble or expect to be able to make sudden direction changes if you're going too fast. Question 14. What system is used to control a vehicle's speed without using the foot brake? A. A secondary brake. B. An endurance brake, retarder. C. A differential lock. D. An emergency air system. The correct answer is B. Large vehicles can be fitted with various types of endurance brake, retarder. Make sure you're familiar with how the system operates on the vehicle you're using. Don't risk a crash or collision through ignorance. Question 15. You're about to drive a vehicle fitted with air-assisted hydraulic brakes. Why might the brake pedal feel hard when you press it? A. The air compressor is not working. B. The pedal movement needs adjusting. C. The brakes are locked on fully. D. The brake fluid reservoir is empty. The correct answer is A. If the brake pedal is hard to press, this could mean a loss of air pressure or a fault in the air compressor. You should not drive the vehicle until the fault has been repaired. Question 16. When can an endurance brake, retarder, be especially useful? A. While driving down long hills. B. When driving on steep cambers. C. As a way to reduce gear changes. D. To improve fuel consumption. The correct answer is A. Plan ahead and use your endurance brake, retarder, to help keep your speed in check on long downhill gradients. This can help to prevent your brakes from overheating and fading. Question 17. When should an endurance brake, retarder, be used? A. On motorways only. B. When braking quickly. C. When you stop or park. D. On long downhill slopes. The correct answer is D. An endurance brake can help to control your speed on long downhill slopes without using the service brake. Reducing the use of the service brake helps to prevent the brakes from overheating and reduces the risk of brake fade. Question 18. You're about to start a journey in very frosty weather. What's the likely cause of low air brake pressure? A. Engine temperature too low. B. Weak engine anti-freeze mixture. C. Brake pedal needs adjustment. D. Frozen moisture in the storage tanks. The correct answer is D. Air brake systems use air from the atmosphere, which contains moisture. The moisture condenses under pressure, resulting in water in the system. Make sure the air tanks are drained daily to remove any water and to help prevent the system from freezing in cold weather. Question 19. What could prevent air pressure from building up in an air brake system in frosty weather? A. Moisture in the air may form bubbles in the brake fluid. B. The air will contract, reducing the pressure. C. The dampness may cause valves to rust. D. Moisture drawn in with the air may freeze and cause a blockage. The correct answer is D. When air is compressed, moisture condenses and collects in the air tanks. This can find its way along the network of pipes connected to the brakes. In frosty weather, the moisture can freeze in the pipes, blocking them completely. On modern vehicles, the air is dried before it's compressed, and the air tanks drain automatically to shed any moisture. On older vehicles, the air tanks need draining manually. Question 20. When does brake fade occur? A. When the brakes get too hot. B. When the brakes get too cold. C. When the brakes get too dry. D. When the brakes get too wet. The correct answer is A. Continuous use of the brakes can result in them overheating and losing their effectiveness. This is known as brake fade, and it's most likely on long downhill gradients. Question 21. Your vehicle is fitted with air brakes. What does it mean if a brake warning light shows when you've just started the engine? A. Low air pressure. B. Increased air pressure. C. The parking brake isn't working. D. The air reservoirs are fully charged. The correct answer is A. It's dangerous to drive a vehicle with low air pressure. To alert you to this, all vehicles are fitted with a warning light and/or buzzer. Don't move your vehicle if this warning shows or sounds. Question 22. Which component will last longer when you use a retarder? A. The brake linings. B. The brake linings. C. The exhaust system. D. The transmission. The correct answer is A. By using a retarder, the life of the brake linings is extended. This is because a retarder works by slowing the vehicle without using the wheel-mounted brakes. Question 23. What's the most powerful brake on a bus? A. Secondary brake. B. Anti-lock braking system. C. Endurance brake, retarder. D. Service brake. The correct answer is D. The most powerful and effective brake on the vehicle is the service brake, and this should be used in normal circumstances. Well-maintained brakes should apply an even pressure to all the wheels, providing an efficient, controlled stop. Question 24. Brake fade is a loss of effectiveness of the brakes when they overheat. When would brake fade be most likely to happen? A. On a long journey. B. On a long downhill gradient. C. On the approach to hazards. D. On a long uphill gradient. The correct answer is B. Continuous use of the brakes will cause them to overheat, and in extreme cases they'll become ineffective. When you're going downhill, the momentum of your vehicle will cause you to gather speed very quickly. Use the endurance brake, retarder, and stay in a low gear to reduce the need to use the brakes. Question 25. Where must extra care be taken when using an endurance brake, retarder? A. On uneven roads. B. On slippery roads. C. On downhill gradients. D. On uphill gradients. The correct answer is B. The endurance brake, retarder, slows the vehicle without the use of the wheel-mounted brakes. However, care should be taken in slippery conditions, when the retarder's effect can be powerful enough to cause a skid. Question 26. You're driving a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes. What should you do when braking in an emergency? A. Pump the brake pedal harshly. B. Apply minimum force to the brake pedal. C. Use the exhaust brake, retarder before the foot brake. D. Apply firm, continuous pressure to the brake pedal. The correct answer is D. Applying a firm, continuous brake pressure will enable the anti-lock braking system, ABS, to function properly. However, ABS is becoming increasingly sophisticated, so you should read the vehicle manufacturer's handbook for its advice about using the system. Question 27. What will pumping the brake pedal in a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes cause? A. Increased effectiveness. B. Reduced effectiveness. C. Reduced brake wear. D. Increased brake wear. The correct answer is B. Before driving a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes, refer to the handbook. This will give you details of the manufacturer's recommended method of use. Remember, anti-lock brakes will enhance your skills, but they can't replace them. Question 28. What should you avoid when using an independent endurance brake, retarder, on slippery roads? A. The front wheels spinning. B. The drive wheels locking. C. Brake pad wear. D. Anti-skid road surfaces. The correct answer is B. The endurance brake, retarder, usually operates by applying resistance via the transmission to the vehicle's driven wheels. If the road is slippery, the tyres may lose grip and the wheels will lock. Question 29. Your vehicle is fitted with air-assisted hydraulic brakes. What would warn you that there isn't enough air in the system? A. An increase in pressure on the air gauge. B. A buzzer or light. C. The exhaust brake won't work. D. Brake fade. The correct answer is B. If a warning buzzer or light alerts you to a loss of air pressure, you should stop on the side of the road immediately. You should have enough air in reserve to allow you to do this safely. Don't start or continue your journey until the fault has been repaired. Question 30. You're driving down a snow-covered hill. Why should you take care when using an independent endurance brake, retarder? A. Your brakes could overheat. B. Your speed could increase. C. Compressed air could escape. D. The drive wheels could lock. The correct answer is D. Select an appropriate gear in good time, and if your vehicle has a dashboard-mounted lever, apply the endurance brake, retarder, in stages. Braking too much too soon may result in locking your drive wheels. Question 31. Your vehicle has anti-lock brakes. How does this affect you when you're braking normally? A. There's no need to alter the way you brake. B. You'll be able to brake much later. C. You'll need to brake more firmly. D. There's no need to brake so early. The correct answer is A. Plan well ahead to enable you to brake normally. Don't rely on anti-lock brakes to compensate for deficiencies in your driving. Question 32. How will anti-lock brakes improve your vehicle's safety? A. They allow you to follow other vehicles more closely. B. They help you keep steering control while braking heavily. C. They let you drive faster on wet roads. D. They enable you to brake later than normal. The correct answer is B. When your steering wheels are locked, as can happen in a skid, you can't steer the vehicle. Anti-lock brakes help you to keep steering control while you're braking heavily, but they aren't a substitute for good forward planning. Anticipation and planning ahead will minimize the risk of skidding more effectively than relying on your braking system. Question 33. Which coloured band on the rev counter makes the best use of engine braking? A. Blue, B. Red, C. Amber, D. Green. The correct answer is A. There are usually 4 coloured bands on the rev counter: green, amber, blue and red. The blue band will allow you to make the best use of engine braking. Try to keep in this band when going down a steep hill. In question 34, how can you help to prevent brake fade? A. Use the endurance brake. B. Apply the parking brake. C. Select neutral for a short distance. D. Repeatedly pump the brake pedal. The correct answer is A. Brake fade occurs when the brakes overheat. Good forward planning and correct use of the gears when descending hills, together with proper use of the endurance brake, retarder, can help to prevent brake fade. Question 35. What should you do if the brake air pressure warning light comes on while you're driving? A. Stop and get help without delay. B. Report the fault when you return to your depot. C. Build up the pressure by accelerating. D. Drain the air tanks and continue normally. The correct answer is A. When a warning light or device indicating a loss of brake pressure comes on, you must stop safely and get the fault put right immediately. The safety of you, your load, your passengers and all other road users is at risk. Question 36. What causes brake fade? A. Continuous use of the brakes. B. Repeated pumping of the brakes. C. Loss of air pressure in the system. D. Badly worn brake pads. The correct answer is A. Continuous use of the brakes on a long downhill gradient can cause them to overheat and become ineffective. This is called brake fade. You should use a low gear to enable the engine's braking effect to help control your speed. Also use the vehicle's retarder, if fitted. As well as reducing the likelihood of brake fade, this helps to keep air pressure in the tanks. Question 37. Your vehicle is fully loaded. Where should you be braking when dealing with bends? A. As close to the bend as possible. B. As you start to turn the wheel. C. When halfway around the bend. D. When driving in a straight line. The correct answer is D. When a vehicle changes direction, forces are applied to the vehicle and its load. Braking at the same time can result in additional forces being introduced, and this can lead to a loss of control. For this reason, braking should be carried out while driving in a straight line, so preventing these forces from acting together. Question 38. You're about to drive a vehicle fitted with hydraulic brakes. What should you check before driving the vehicle? A. The hydraulic brake fluid level. B. The power steering fluid level. C. The cooling system fluid level. D. The windscreen washer fluid level. The correct answer is A. It's important to check all fluid levels during your daily checks, but it's especially important to remember the hydraulic fluid reservoir. A loss of fluid could lead to brake failure. Question 39. You're about to move off in a vehicle that has automatic transmission. What must you do before you select D, drive? A. Put your foot on the foot brake. B. Signal to move off. C. Alter your seat position. D. Adjust your mirrors. The correct answer is A. It's important to apply the foot brake before you engage D, or drive, so your vehicle doesn't creep forward or roll back out of control when you're about to move away. This can be dangerous, for example, if there's another road user close behind. Question 40. Your vehicle is fitted with air-assisted hydraulic brakes. What fault would you suspect if the brake pedal becomes hard to press? A. The brake system has a loss of air pressure. B. The brake linings are worn. C. The brake shoes need adjusting. D. The brake system requires more fluid. The correct answer is A. A fault in the air compressor could be the cause of a stiff brake pedal. There could also be a leaking connection allowing air to leak out of the compressed air system. Do not continue your journey until the fault has been fixed. Question 41. What should you do after driving through a flood? A. Carry out an emergency stop. B. Drive in a low gear with the foot brake lightly applied. C. Avoid braking until the brakes have dried out. D. Pump the foot brake when approaching hazards. The correct answer is B. Your vehicle is fitted with hydraulic brakes. Why might the brake pedal go down too far when it's pressed?